I wanted to create a game that my two children could enjoy and have a lot of fun with.
I always remember one time when he was a very little boy, he wrote an essay on how I survived my week in the dishwasher.
If I look at it in my industry that I'm in sports technology, we're always looking for the 1%. You know, Simon is the 1%.
We moved in here about 35 years ago, and it is a place where the children have always been able to have their horses.
I grew up riding horses on the farm. You know, every weekend was riding horses. You need to ride the horses to keep them fit. You need to be around the horses.
My children went to pony club.
There wasn't a lot of boy riders, so in a pony club there might be 80 different people, and there'd be 2 of us boys.
He used to terrify some of the girls because they'd be sitting on a log having afternoon tea or whatever, lunch, and he'd go and he'd jump between them.
Mum is a fantastic horse rider and also a teacher and a trainer. So she's an instructor. There's usually, when you look down the back, there's some little kids getting taught on the farm.
Always when I ask him for help, he's there to help me. I'm really grateful for that because he's a wonderful son, and his muscles have enabled us to stay here to a certain extent.
I ended up joining an airline straight out of school. Well, the world's biggest airline, which is FedEx, with hundreds of aircraft. I loved learning about the different reasons why, say, General Motors Holden was set up in Australia. I got to work with the aircraft carriers that came into Sydney. The USS Kitty Hawk was one of the fantastic exercises that I was involved with. I had a fantastic time with FedEx, but 13 years doing multiple different roles through FedEx. I thought it was time for a bit of a change. I was headhunted by the managing director of an ex-managing director of FedEx to move to India for a year to start our own airline. It was a real eye-opener just to be able to not just go on a holiday to a place like India, but to live there and to experience it. I found it fascinating and quite grounding. Unfortunately, we had the Mumbai attacks, and we also had huge oil prices per barrel, and not the best time to start an airline. So I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do when I come back to Australia? So I decided to turn myself into a bit of a technology geek, and I started to do a lot of self-development and learn how to code, learn how to build websites, learn how to do SEO strategies, and I was so happy with myself because I had the first 10 pages of Google.
I met Simon going back about 12 years ago, and he was introduced to me as the online genius.
Iggy is running a really cool AI platform. I was actually intrigued by his business. It's fascinating technology.
I am the CEO of a company called Gerford AI. We're a sport technology company using AI technology to help athletes and coaches to improve performance. Data back to the coaches.
We've been able to even help each other out with each other's ventures. If you are doing a startup, it's nice just to triple check with people that can be objective.
80% of Simon's ideas are mainstream, but the 20% of Simon is wacky, it's really weird, it's out there, and a lot of it is genius stuff.
IHunt is a dynamic augmented reality treasure hunt game where retailers can place real promotions behind amazing augmented reality designs. To make the treasure hunt even more exciting, we have a play-to-earn token called IGC, or in-game credit.
Yep, and you got that one. It's going to make a lot of people happy when they're finding these different things.
What'd you find this time? Oh, treasure chest. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's an arrow. It's showing you where the next...
Behind each augmented reality figure, there's the chance of a promotion from a real retail company.
If marketers would stop looking at traditional methods continually and just open up a little bit, you know, consider iHunt 4 because it can actually give you a lot of leverage and scale that you're not getting now.
A lot of the larger retailers that we've been working with over time, you know, we're seeing a lot more excitement from them where they want to run their own individual campaign. Within a few clicks on our infrastructure, we can withdraw from multiple games into the Zum wallet to multiple users, which is the entire purpose of calling it IGC or in-game credit, is that you can use it in these different aspects in these different games. You can earn it in these different games. You can send it to a mate through these different games.
I think he's been very patient with it because instead of going off sort of half ready, he's saying, no, it's got to be right before I get it going.
I'm after something that is a legacy, you know, something for long, and you don't get that by rushing things.
I'm very proud of him, and it should be a success because he's put a lot of work into it.
It's all just part of doing something fun and creative, and hey, you know, everyone loves the treasure hunt.
I told him he had to make it bigger so I could see without my glasses.
You got I've got that one. I was already rolling, so
Okay.
yeah. So it's this is good. Just.